Hello and welcome to glittershinenails. I recently purchased some of the Nicole Diary dual pen stamping polishes. Now I have never tried anything like this before, so I'm super excited to see how I get on with them. I'll be swatching each colour as I normally do, and I'll be creating a mani in a future video. And as always, you can find information on where I purchased them from in the description box below. Before we get started, please subscribe to my channel and make sure you have the bell notification turned on. And please also like this video. These really do help out my channel. Thank you. So I purchased 9 colours. I picked out the ones that I thought would be the most used, like black, white, red, blue, pink and green. Now when they arrived, 2 of them had leaked in transit. I have tried to clean them the best that I can, but I couldn't get it all out. They all have number codes on the bottle bases, and these are 8mm bottles, which is a really good size. Now, as I said, these are dual pens, so one end has a brush and the other has this red cap. Now once I remove that, you can see a very fine nib end. This is going to be good for line work, filling in, stamping and things like that. With my shaky hands, however, they are a little challenging to get that red cap back in. Now I'm going to be honest, I'm quite disappointed with the quality of the brushes. As you can see, this pink brush has some crazy bristles on it, and only a few of the bottles have good brushes. I did wonder, however, how I would get on with them being so tall and thin, and I have actually knocked them over quite a few times, and as you can see, my table's wobbling a little bit, and so very easy to knock them flying. Moving on to the black ND05, and the bottles are the same, so I won't be showing both ends when I'm going through them. But this black brush is the craziest out of them all. I've used the normal Nicole Diary stamping polishes in the past, and the polishes really do feel exactly the same as the others. Moving on to the white ND06. Now I paid £1.39 per bottle, which is super affordable, and there is 30 colours in this range to choose from, and as I said, I have 9 of them. But there's a good mix of colours from pinks, purples, blues, greens, red, gold, silver and yellows. Moving on to the red ND07, so one thing I do want to point out, the brush is quite a bit shorter than the bottle. There's quite a gap between where the brush ends and the bottle ends, and I'm personally not a fan of polishes like this, but that's just me though. Moving on to the yellow ND08, when I was looking at these, I thought these might be good for people who are short on storage like me, or maybe mobile techs, but because 2 have leaked in transit, I'm not so sure now. I have actually kept them in the bags that they came in, just in case they do decide to leak any more. Moving on to the green ND09, I will be showing you me using the nib end at the end of the video, and I will say I am rubbish at them. So do any of my subscribers have any of these? What are your thoughts on them? I would love to hear what you think of them. Moving on to the purple ND14. Now with this purple, when trying to use the fine nib end, I couldn't get anything to come out of it. I have tried a few different things, tried to get it to work, but so far I can't, which is a huge shame. I will, however, keep trying though. Moving on to the blue ND17, I'm definitely excited to create a mani using the nib ends. It's something I've never done before, and I hope to have that video out within the next few weeks. But I have to say, these are some really nice colours. Moving on to the pearl white ND27. I like a pearl white in my collection, and I tend to use it instead of a silver. I find that I get a much better swatch. I do go through a lot of pearl white stamping polish, to be fair. So for the swatches, I'm going to use Lena Nail Art Let's Doodle 02 along with my usual stamper and scraper. I didn't actually have a good image from any of my Nicole Diary stamping plates that I could actually use. I'll be going in the same order as I showed them, starting with the pink ND02, and I'll be swatching it over white and black. Now at the top of the screen you'll see the other colours in which I've swatched it over for each colour. So for the pink I've used a pink, a blue and a lilac. Now considering how bright this pink looks in the bottle, it's extremely pale when swatched. And over the black, well, yeah, once I'd seen the swatch over the white, I knew it wasn't going to work. This is the first time I've used them in this video, so I don't know what each colour is going to be like. Onto the black ND05, and I'm swatching the black over white and silver. I've also swatched the black over blue, pink and green, and I have to say this is a really nice pigmented black. It cleans up nicely as well. It's almost like I'm using the normal Nicole Diary black stamping polish that I have. Now I can remember when I painted the plain swatch of this black, with the bristles sticking up everywhere, it made it extremely challenging, that's for sure. But this is a nice stamping polish, this black. It's, even with its weird brushes, it's still a nice colour, and the swatches look really good. Onto the white ND06, and I'll be swatching this over black and blue, along with the other colours, a green, a red and a pink. Again, this is a really nice white. I was really quite impressed with it. And it was, again, it just reminded me, like the black, of the normal Nicole Diary white that I have. And I used to use that all the time. As I'm using these, I can see me using these more as filling colours than stamping polishes to stamp with. But that's just me though. And to be fair, it could change over time as well. But all of these swatches look brilliant. The white has stayed white even over the black and the dark blue. Onto the red ND07, and I'll be swatching over white and black, along with the other swatches, a gold, a coral and a silver. Now I knew before I even did these that it wasn't going to work over the black. I have never had a red that has worked, but I still like to show this. However, would you prefer me to choose other colours for colours that aren't going to work over black? Let me know, I'd love to hear your thoughts. But over the other four colours, it stayed a really nice red colour. It's another great stamping polish colour. And again, it still reminds me of the other Nicole Diary normal stamping polish that I have. I only use 3 brands of stamping polish now, and they are Nicole Diary, Born Pretty and Clear Jelly Stamper. I don't use anything else. Onto the yellow ND08, and for these swatches I'll be using white and black, as well as yellow and a beige nude and a green. Now when I did the plain colour swatches of this yellow, I did have to use 2 coats and it was still patchy. So I did wonder just how well this yellow would work, and I have to say I wouldn't use this as a regular stamping polish. But when you see the nib end work at the end of the video, you'll see really how well this works for the drawing side. As these swatches, I'm not really happy with them. I did struggle picking out the right colours to stamp over, which tends to happen with me in yellows, but it's an okay colour. Onto the green ND09, and again I'll be swatching over white and black, but also a yellow and 2 different greens. I think this green will be brilliant for grass or leaves. It's a really nice colour. Now I honestly didn't think this was going to work over black. However, I was absolutely blown away with how this stamped over the black. It looks brilliant. Dark greens are normally a fail over black, but all of these swatches with the green look fab. And I want to see what this looks like with my other greens, and I also want to try layering with it. Yes, Nicole Diary are good for layering. I've done it many a time. Onto the purple ND14, and I'll be swatching over white and black, as well as a purple, a silver and a pink. Now for me, I thought this would be a lot darker over the colours I've chosen. I sort of knew it wouldn't look great over the black, but it's always worth a try. But with this purple, I definitely want to try and get that nib end working. So if you have any tips or tricks, let me know, because I'd love to hear them. because I so really want to try to get this purple for colouring in. But overall, the purple has swatched really quite well though. I just wished it was a bit more pigmented, but that's all. But I'll still definitely use it though. On to the blue ND17, and I'll be swatching it over white and black, but I've also swatched it over a blue, a pink and a silver. I love colour blues like this one. I use this shade of blue a lot for my stamping swatches. It's a great colour for sea, sky, fish, snowflakes, the list goes on. Now this colour is a bit like the green. I was surprised that you could actually see it over the black. I, however, would never use this as a colour combo though, but this blue is really pigmented, so another great colour. So even though I've had some complaints about these stamping polishes, they're not performing too badly. You guys know me, I'm honest about all the products I swatch and review. There's some issues, but they're definitely workable. Onto the Pearl White ND27, and I'll be swatching over white and black, as well as a green, a red and a purple. Now with Pearl White over white, it's extremely subtle, but as I've said with other Pearl Whites I've swatched, bridal nails, it looks brilliant for them. But where the Pearl White really does shine is over dark colours, and as I've said earlier, I use them in place of using a silver. I just get such a better swatch using a Pearl White over very dark colours. Dark blues look amazing, especially if it's used for like snowflake nails. I think along with the black and white, the Pearl White, they're my most used colours that I have. And all of these swatches look fab. I love the Pearl White over the purple. That's a definite me colour combo, that's for sure. Okay, so that's all of them swatched. I'm now going to work with the nib end of the bottle. Now, apart from the purple, as I can't get that working, I've had a play around creating dots and lines. And yes, I know, I'm rubbish, so please laugh because they are just so bad. Now, with the black, I've used both the Pearl White and the white on the black pop stick. And you can also really see how bright that yellow is and where it really does come out. So I'm going to use the pink and I'm going to do some dots and bits and pieces onto the pop stick. Now I did find that having a tissue on hand really did help, because once it starts to come out, it doesn't seem to want to stop. Now I did have trouble getting this pink started. It took a good minute for it to start flowing. Now when I was working with these, I did find that because of my hands shaking, which you can really see, I also had trouble squeezing the tube of the bottle as well. I've got extremely weak hand grip, so I did sort of find it quite challenging, to be fair. But the dots I'm quite good at. It's the lines. They are an epic fail. But you can see how these would work, and that's what I wanted to show. Now, because these are so bad, I haven't taken any pictures of these swatches. Now, one thing I do want to point out is these nib swatches also took a good 5 minutes to dry as well. And that's because they are much thicker area than regular stamping polish swatches are. But you get the idea of what you can do with these. All of my swatches will be over on my Instagram page in the next few days. There is a link in the description box below. If you do come over and see my posts and you like them, please give them a like as well. I'd be really grateful. Thank you for viewing my swatch review on these Nicole Diary Jewel stamping pens. I hope that you've enjoyed it. If you did, then please give me a thumbs up. I would really appreciate it. Comment below. I love to hear from you. Hit that subscribe button and share. Also, don't forget to come over and follow me on my Instagram page at glittershinenails. So until next time, happy stamping and bye!